Hi everyone, I'm Russ Diamond, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor in the Republican primary on May 17th. I'm currently in my fourth term in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, serving the people of Lebanon County, the only county that stood up to Tom Wolf. Before I was elected to the House, I spent decades in the private sector and a dozen or so years as an award-winning citizen activist. You can read more about my background by clicking on the link in the description of this video. When selecting a lieutenant governor candidate, there are 3 questions you should ask. Number 1, can this candidate help our next governor beat Josh Shapiro in the fall? Number 2, can this candidate help our next governor hit the ground running after the election? And number 3, is this candidate prepared to be one heartbeat away from the governorship of Pennsylvania? I'm uniquely qualified to meet all 3 of these expectations. Let's take them one at a time. To help defeat Josh Shapiro, we're going to need someone who Pennsylvanians already know has stood firmly on their side, especially over the last 2 years. It took 462 days, multiple legislative debates, a Supreme Court showdown, and 2 constitutional amendments to finally bring Tom Wolf's disaster emergency to a halt. But it was my concurrent resolution, offered on day 11 of the disaster emergency, that started it all. And in the end, it was my amendment to a different bill that finally brought it to a close. I've also been leading the charge to secure election integrity, to oppose mask mandates, school closedowns, business shutdowns, vaccine mandates, and critical race theory. Right now, I'm also leading the charge to prevent ESG scores from becoming Pennsylvania's pathway to a Chinese-style social credit system that would punish people who exercise their freedom to associate with the wrong people or invest in energy companies. I've been a member of the Second Amendment and pro-life caucuses during my entire time in Harrisburg, and I am firmly with you on these issues. We need a lieutenant governor candidate voters will be excited about supporting because he's already known for fighting for the people. In this regard, I am uniquely qualified to help our next governor win in November and beat Josh Shapiro. To help our next governor hit the ground running, we need a lieutenant governor who can help him quickly establish a partnership with the General Assembly if we ever want any hope of turning Pennsylvania around. That partnership will require personal relationships, which I already have with my colleagues in the House and the Senate. It's been nearly a dozen years since a governor has been inside the House Republican caucus room to talk about policies and priorities with rank-and-file members. That needs to change. I'm uniquely qualified to use my established relationships in Harrisburg to help our next governor hit the ground running after we win the election. To be ready to step into the role of governor if, God forbid, something should happen to our next governor, we need a lieutenant governor who can draw from a wide variety of life experiences to make such a transition a smooth one. The lieutenant governor's office is no place for on-the-job training. That individual will need to be ready the moment they are sworn in. Along with my 7 years in Harrisburg and my dozen years as a citizen activist, I've been operating my audio-video production business for 30 years. Before that, I worked in a factory for 7 years pulling 12-hour shifts. I've been a truck driver, a working musician, an author, and a pilot. My broad life experiences uniquely qualify me to be literally one heartbeat away from the governorship of the 6th largest state in the Union. Now, there are a lot of candidates seeking the Republican nomination for lieutenant governor, and I encourage you to investigate them all and see how they measure up. But I think you will agree that when seeking the best candidate to be our next lieutenant governor, you need to look no further than the one who actually stopped Tom Wolf from continuing to ruin Pennsylvania. I respectfully ask for your support and your vote this year. I will work just as hard for you over the next 4 years as I have over the last 18. On May 17th, my name will be listed 7th on your Republican ballot for lieutenant governor. If you need a reminder of that, just grab a deck of cards and pull out the 7 of diamonds. Stick it in your pocket until you go vote. I'm Russ Diamond, and I invite you to visit my website, russdiamond.vote, to learn more about what I bring to the table in this election and to order a sign to put in your yard. I'm also willing to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to email me at campaign@russdiamond.vote, and I'd be happy to respond. I hope to see you at the polls, and may God bless you, your family, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and the United States of America.